True Earth 911 is a flat earther on Instagram who has amassed a whopping 132,000 followers. And he keeps popping up on my feed being wrong. So you know what that means? Yep, we correct him and move on. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thanks very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a quick thank you to the sponsors of this video, Raycon. Keep your ears open and your holiday playlist rolling with the Raycon's Bone Conductor headphones. They're great for staying alert on a jog or just kicking back. And for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you can save up to 30% on all Raycon audio products. So Raycon's Bone Conduction headphones use off-ear audio, sending sounds through vibrations in your bones. Your ears stay open to the world around you, whilst you still get crystal clear music, podcasts or calls. They're built for all day use. They got 13 hours of battery life. They're IP68 waterproof and dustproof. So that's sweat, rain, even sandy beach runs. Plus a no bud fit that doesn't slip. And here's the kicker, Raycon gives you premium performance without the premium price tag. Their quality rivals the big audio brands, but at half the cost. Plus, over 3 million customers already love Raycon, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. They're perfect for things like dog walks. Sometimes I'm deep in an audiobook that I don't want to stop listening to, so when I have to take the dog out, I'll use them on the dog walk where I can keep listening but still be aware of my surroundings. Now, Black Friday is just around the corner. Raycon audio products are up to 30% off site-wide. From everyday essentials to the latest releases, it's the perfect time to upgrade your sound or get ahead on gifting. These early deals won't last long. Shop now before they're all gone. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/SimondanBC so you can save on Raycon audio products site-wide. Right then, on with today's video, which comes from the flat earther calling himself True Earth 911. He's released a couple of Instagram reels which are, well, they're not great to be honest. His first one is about the recent solar storm and the subsequent aurora activity here on Earth. Here we go.
Oh wow, look how beautiful that is. NASA have just released some raw, unedited footage of the Earth showing the aurora dancing above our planet. How beautiful! I mean, come on, let's be real for a second. Once again, we have got another completely edited photo of Earth. This apparently is meant to be a real shot from the International Space Station, showing the beautiful aurora dancing above our planet.
He's doing this classic flurfer thing where raw footage magically becomes edited the moment it doesn't match their worldview. NASA posts a clip straight from the ISS camera and somehow that's suspicious. The thing is though, I don't think this is raw footage from NASA. I could not find it anywhere in NASA's public records. Certainly not from the ISS, it looks way too far away for that. So straight away our Fleur friend here is criticising NASA without actually using one of their official photos. Nice.
But, you know, not once in history have we ever seen a raw, unedited photo of Earth. Every so-called image that we get from NASA, these official photographs, they are all digital renders, they are composites, they are just heavily colour graded masterpieces straight out of NASA's Photoshop HQ.
Well, that is a straight up lie. NASA has released thousands of unprocessed raw images of Earth. Not polished, not colour graded, the literal files straight off spacecraft and astronaut cameras. You can even download the originals yourself straight from NASA's public servers. We've got raw images from Apollo, from the International Space Station, from Discover Epix camera, from the Himawari 8 camera, Galileo, Messenger, Juno, the list goes on. And no, they're not just digital renders. They're photographs taken by hardware pointed at a planet that we're sitting on.
I mean, just look at this one, you know, the deep red glow, the perfect curvature, the glowing lights all over the land, the misty horizon. It's cinematic because that is exactly what it is. It's cinema, it's fakery, it's manipulation, and it is not science.
Now, this one is from NASA and is from the International Space Station and is totally real.
I mean, come on, please tell me in the comments if you think that these images are real. Because NASA themselves even admit that this is composite imagery. It's made from multiple long exposure photographs, colour enhanced, stitched together and balanced for visual clarity.
Composites don't mean CGI. A panorama on your iPhone is a composite. A long exposure star trail is a composite. Even HDR mode is a composite. These people are surrounded by composite images every single day, but only complain about them when NASA does it. And sometimes you have to take long exposure photos. You can't take a single snapshot of a fast moving space station, relatively dim auroras, bright stars and the Earth's surface and expect it all to expose perfectly at once. That's not fakery, it's literally just how cameras work.
Translation: this is Photoshop. And whilst everyone is so busy saying like, wow, how beautiful all of this is, they don't realise it's yet just another subconscious push of the globe theory. You know, perfect curve, glowing edge, dramatic lights. It is the same trick every single time. We have had this since birth.
What's hilarious here, of course, is he literally has no idea what he's looking at. That perfect curve is literally just the curve of Earth. The ISS is 400 kilometers up. Of course you're going to see the limb of Earth. And that glowing edge, that's just the atmosphere scattering sunlight. It's literally the same effect you see at sunset, just from above. The idea that this is some coordinated subconscious globe indoctrination program is just wild. Nobody needs to be brainwashed into believing the Earth is a globe.
But the reality is, there has never been one live, continuous, unedited shot of our entire Earth spinning in space. Not one. For a planet that supposedly has thousands of satellites floating around it, do you not think it's funny how we have never seen it actually happen in real time?
This claim gets wheeled out every 5 minutes, it seems, and it's still wrong. We've had live continuous shots of Earth for years. The Himawari 8 streams full disk Earth images every 10 minutes. Discover's Epic camera gives you the entire stunning sunlit side of Earth in full detail. GOES does it too, not CGI, not renders. Actual spacecraft pointing a camera at an actual planet. And here's the kicker, you could watch Earth spinning if you wanted. But real rotation though is slow. It takes 24 hours to go round once. So you can watch the clouds and continents drift over the disk across a long period of time, which is exactly what these satellites show.
You know, instead, all we get is CGI composites, fisheye lenses, and pretty little colours, all dressed up as like scientific proof. So yeah, call me crazy if you want, but I will take reality over digital render any single day, beautiful people.
The irony is here, of course, that he keeps shouting CGI at things that are literally filmed by normal cameras on a giant orbiting laboratory. Nothing in the ISS footage is CGI. These are cameras pointed towards Earth. Exactly the reality he claims he wants. He keeps saying he wants reality, but the only pictures he accepts are the ones that match his beliefs. The rest, the real ones, get hand-waved dismissed as just CGI, with no evidence to back himself up with either. If that's the standard, then nothing to him would ever be real. Now, not content with having a dig at the Earth from space, our Fleur friend's next short took on the moon landing. And in this one, he falls for an absolute shocker. Have a look at this.
I mean, come on. NASA really wanted us to believe that this was real. But then, obviously, you know, you apply a colour inversion filter, literally one filter, and suddenly the sky turns into a giant blue editing layer. You know, the shadows don't even match anything. The Earth magically sits inside a tiny little rectangle box. Why? Because this is fake. This is literally manipulated imagery.
Yes, it is. Well, part of it is. You see, the original photo looks like this. The lunar lander, Buzz Aldrin coming down the ladder, that's all real. But the Earth was originally not in the background. That's been added. So you're debunking an image that is A, not really real, and B, has never been publicly shared by NASA as being real. This is an absolute fail on all counts from you, it really is.
It's a backdrop, it's a prop, it is a lie. You can literally see the hard edges, you can see the mismatching lighting, you can see the projection line where the backdrop ends, you know? This isn't deep space, this isn't the cosmos, this is a 1960s stage with a spotlight and a poster.
As I said, most of that image is real. The moon's surface, the lunar lander, the astronaut. It's just the Earth that's been added in the background, that's all.
I mean, come on, for a mission that is meant to cost billions, you would think that they would at least feather the edges or try to blend the layers, but nope. The moment that you invert the colours, the whole thing exposes itself.
It's quite funny watching him confidently try to debunk a fake, isn't it? It really is.
And honestly, the comical thing about all of this is that NASA still swears that these images are real.
Well, they don't with this one, but yeah, they generally do, because they are.
You know, the same NASA that admits that they lost all the original moon footage. Or, you know, the same NASA that says they can't return because they destroyed the technology, but somehow did it flawlessly in 1969. I mean, come on, the only thing that NASA landed was a career in special effects. And even that is debatable.
They didn't do it flawlessly. Loads of things went wrong, and Apollo 13 didn't even land on the moon. Stop trying to debunk things when you don't know anything about them. It's really not a good look. Right, well, there we go, another video all wrapped up. I do hope you enjoyed that one. Please do let me know in the comments below what you thought of True Earth 9/11's little shorts there. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Thanks so much for watching today. As ever, it's appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the thumbs up button too. Just enough time to once again thank Raycon for sponsoring today's video. Remember, go to buyraycon.com/SiMandanBC, where you can save up to 30% on Raycon audio products site-wide. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Saturday session. See you then.